This is the story of Trevor and Chris, two grown males rocketing towards a midlife crisis. But this isn't about convertibles and divorces. It's a story about two dudes who met in community college and are looking to make something of themselves as polar bear guides. The plane was coming in fast, and it was time for the guys to say goodbye to Seal River Lodge. We believed the pilot may have short-term memory loss, as he seemed to have forgotten how to start the plane. Meanwhile, it turned out we were in less of a rush than we thought, and we ended up having some time to test out just how much the guys had developed their skills.
Pretend the tires are bare. It's about acting like what we've learned at least. So you want precision. You want precision. Soft lob.
Precision.
Like that. See? A roller in. Did that go in?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I went right behind.
It was clear that the guys had honed their skills and were ready for a polar bear encounter.
I can see you next time. Sounds good.
The guys knew that being out on the land was something they needed to take every precaution necessary for. Even after speaking face-to-face with some of the most experienced polar bear guides, they had one more person on their list.
So when you're using your pole, you're making sounds. You have to hit rocks by your pole. But if you don't want to do that, you can simply drag the pole behind you.
Nikita Ovsyanikov is no normal man. In fact, many refer to him as myth or even legend. Do one quick Google search and you can easily see why. Since 1977, the man has done research by living out on remote islands surrounded by bears, using only his trusty stick to ward them off, and getting closer than anyone alive has been able to get. The true definition of badass.
If you have to carry a gun, put it behind your back, but forget about it. Just forget about that because you don't need it. It is the thing which will expose you to real trouble. And another component, very important, that before you step out, you have to make it clear for yourself what you are doing and where are you going and why you are going. In the open landscape of the Arctic, you always have to have binocular, because binocular is your eyes to see what is happening on the long distance. If you don't have binocular, it's a straight way to get in an unwilling encounter with polar bears. Scan and do. Scan and do. Always in this order. Not do and scan. Never walk and never run away. If you are not confident, just stay as a ball ready to fight, like legs wide and ready to hit.
One of the biggest takeaways for sure was he looks at firearms as being more dangerous than the bears themselves.
He was like, yeah, a 2-meter stick and some bear spray and you're good to go. So we're gonna put that to the test.
I'm so worried about it.
I'll need breakfast. Did anyone bring my Starburst?
The night before, we'd realized no places would be open for our 5 a.m. wake-up time, so we stopped by the old 24-hour store, the hotel vending machine, where after we all decided O. Henry was the closest thing there to breakfast, Chris promptly hit the wrong button and got himself a Starburst. Chris was devastated.
We're up early this morning, hoping to head out to the Ithaca to get a good view of it in the early light.
The Ithaca was a small freighter that ran aground in 1960 near Churchill. After years of being battered by the ice and water, the ship was left open to the wild. It was not uncommon to see bears near there, and this was exactly what the guys were hoping for.
It's about 6 in the morning, and the fog has rolled in really thick, and so that's gonna make it a lot more difficult to get out.
I think we're gonna, like, we could step on a bear.
We can't even see 30 feet in front of us.
We just came across a wolf on our way to the Ithaca. It's a good reminder that other things are out here, not just bears. We're not just in bear country, we're in like everything country. But one thing I remember from Andy, our polar bear whisperer, is that his favorite animal is actually a wolf.
Thanks, Andy, for watching out for us.
I still think this is a bad idea.
We're looking for a window, a moment really, where we can kind of make our way through, but we also have tide to consider. We're coming up really quickly to the low tide here, and the Ithaca is pretty far out, and we don't want to get stuck out there as the tide's coming back in.
My rubber boots are only just below my knee.
And you have hip waders, so you're fine.
One of the iconic landmarks of Churchill is the scientific golf balls up here on your left. You'll see as we pass by. Oh wait, you can't see them at all.
Hold on. What's that?
It says danger, military explosives and hazardous debris in this site may cause death. A lot of things to think about when you're over here. Landmines, polar bears, mosquitoes,
Bulldogs, wolves,
tide.
terns.
It was concerning that on their list of dangers, terns and mosquitoes were on the same tier as military landmines and bears.
The Ithaca looks nice at 6 a.m.
We're at the end of the road, and we are in bear country. I'm gonna give a little honk.
You're walking in bear country. You don't want to forget about the sticks. Or in this case, painter's poles.
You think this is the one, hey? We're gonna be walking fairly long distances on the tundra, so we need to at least have some comfortability. The stick can't be too heavy.
It's painter's poles. What do they say? 3 meters?
I thought 2 meters.
2 meters? Well,
2.5.
we've got at least that's got to be 5 meters. And if we don't get out,
Oh, jousting!
we'll joust. You know, Chris, this is in all seriousness, this is a
No, this is an effective method.
The guys gathered their bear deterrents and prepared for the trek out on the land. All barriers between them and the bears were now gone. No boat, no guide, just the skills and knowledge they'd gained and whatever was waiting out beyond the fog.
The trouble, of course, is figuring out which is the left and which is the right. We're just gonna have to wait this out. It's too dangerous out there with the visibility. You can't see in front of you. There could be a bear anywhere, and that's not really a risk I think we should be taking right now.
On the next episode.
Hey, bear!
It's incredible, but also really nerve-wracking. Right there.
I saw that.
Could be in reaction at all.
Hey everyone, Chris from the Make Me Show here.
If you want to see more adventure comedy from Trevor and I, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget that little bell too.